Say something.
Say something. Got something right here. Hey, 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 hey.
We're walking through the Arts District, and we, you know, been kind of taking some self-care days and time for ourselves, just kind of really in creation mode. And we've been thinking a lot about gratitude and how it's really important to have gratitude, even when you're like going through shit. Like for me, I always say the best way to kill anxiety and depression is to have as much gratitude in your life. And, you know, we thought about where we came from. So we decided to have a story time for basically our homelessness to hear.
Yeah. Around this time, you know, it's the holidays. It always reminds us of when we were homeless around this time in 2014. I know we always kind of like brush up on the topic, never really actually talk about it. But we decided, I guess, to just talk a little bit more in depth about it.
Yeah. So basically, like we were saying, we came here we had round trip tickets. We came here to just kind of get married because, like I said, it wasn't legal in Florida.
It was a troubling time, so we came to LA to get married.
They can hear you, babe. Don't worry about it. They can hear you, baby. It's just loud to us. I mean, it'll be loud to them too, but sorry.
Well, we came to LA to get married, and we didn't really know anyone here. Who's that? What you want? Sidebar. If we don't talk to you on a regular basis and you just randomly call us, we are not answering the phone, okay? Just wanted you to know that. Just put that out there. You know, I think that's sometimes kind of rude. You know?
Because what if I was in a forest hiding from somebody and I ignore your call and you keep calling?
Yeah, and then also too, if you're gonna call or if you're gonna keep calling and it's not an emergency or if you need something, text. Because did she call about text?
No,
it's okay. Well, in the sidebar. So back to the story.
No way, baby.
I enjoy walking it.
So basically,
so in LA, we didn't know nobody. We knew no one, and you know, we were here. We were homeless with our daughters as well. So we were all four of us.
Basically, we lost
living out of a suitcase
because we were discriminated against and outcasted from our community. So I'll just say that. And a lot of people withdrew their support, and we couldn't go back home. So basically, we ended up stranded here, even though we had a round trip ticket back.
Yeah,
we ended up staying here. I had a few $1,000 saved, and in LA that ran out real quick.
That part.
And then I guess, you know, we didn't, like you were saying, we didn't know nobody.
Yeah, we knew no one here, but we met the most genuine people that offered us a place to stay, that, you know, loved our energy, just loved us as a family, didn't want to, you know, see us be just out living on the street. So, you know, they offered their
couches.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We slept in the car, and then, you know, I
sorry,
think,
let me throw this away. God damn. Okay, let me switch.
Yeah. So how we ended up in a homeless shelter was basically,
and also let's just say we were also kicked off a few jobs.
That's what I was saying. I was about to say that, because it was only 2 people that we kind of stayed. We hopped from couch to couch. You know what I'm saying? I think every time we kind of got our footing in one place, or, you know, I was drawing or tattooing or making money, or, you know, starting to get recognized, and, you know, all of this shit. I just felt like a lot of times jealousy played a role into it. It was like, I want you to do good, but not better than me. Y'all gotta go. Mm-hmm. And
you know, that's how your haters do. People love to support you, but when they feel like you getting above them, they were like, "Oh, let me withdraw my support."
I done had people, you know what I'm saying, actually tell me to my face, "Oh, you're not gonna make it in LA.
Yes,
you're not gonna make it.
You need a job in order to make it here."
I'm telling you right now, I've been here. You're not gonna make it. And it's funny because those same people, I haven't heard nothing from them.
Okay.
I don't know where. I don't know. So it's like, sometimes your ancestors, when your steps are ordered,
okay,
you gotta stop touching these anointed people out here just trying to, you know, make it. So there were a few good friends that, you know what I'm saying, I will never forget, that had our back when we didn't have nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
But we ended up in a homeless shelter because literally that's what happened. The last place we were at, literally we had dinner the night before, everything was Gucci. We went to sleep and they knocked on our door early in the morning, was like, straight up, you gotta go. No explanation, no nothing. So we had nowhere to go, you know. We lived out of our book bag, the same suitcases.
Oh, yes, we did, y'all. I mean, the suitcase had holes in it, for a whole year. But, you know, we were still creating content then. Like, we were still trying to do our own business. You know, we were homeless and going through the journey, you know, we still was trying to create content. We were
you never know what people are going through. We was straight up in a homeless shelter, just making content, painting, drawing.
Yeah, and we'll definitely, you know what I'm saying, put some footage in there. Yeah, but you know, you that's why you can't judge people based off of what they look like, because you don't know what, like she said, people's situations are. But you know, one thing that I do love about LA is that here in LA, they recognize us as a family. Even though we were a same-sex family, they recognize that, and they actually
took us
in, which is how we were led to the homeless shelter.
Right. So for the first time, and it was a Christian homeless shelter too.
That part.
Where this millionaire guy who we ended up meeting during the holidays, I guess they give back to the shelters, but it was a women and children's shelter.
Yep.
And they took us in within the first night. Universe had us like, y'all ain't gonna ever sleep on the street.
Yep.
So every step was like pretty much ordered. And it was this dope ass Jamaican. No, she wasn't Jamaican. She was from
not Nigeria. What is it?
It's not Nigeria. It's not. It's an island.
But Belize.
Yeah, Belize. And she opened the gate to us. Oh, so the millionaire buys these big ass houses and turns them into like 8-9 bedrooms for women and children. So we ended up knocking on the door, and she had the most warming spirit. And she welcomed us in. Shout out Miss Yvonne.
Yes, and all the faculty at the homeless shelter.
And they didn't discriminate against us.
Yeah.
You know, that we finally got our own bathroom, our own room, and it gave me a place mentally, because I was clinically depressed.
Yeah.
As you've heard my story before, if you're not, but I was blacking out, going through PTSD because of it.
Yeah.
Just, you know, imagine losing pretty much everything you've ever worked for with your children.
Yeah.
Who at the time still remained honor students.
Just got married. It was supposed to be a joyous moment, or you know what I'm saying, like just living in bliss and going on honeymoon. And we were just like, we need somewhere to stay. What we gonna do?
So, you know, hotels and that ran out. It was just a hell year. It was full of hell.
It was.
You know, even though I had it, I still had you, and you really held us down, like, because it was just so much of a traumatic year and experience for me. I had never experienced that.
Yeah.
And you know,
me neither.
You just held on. So basically, you know, we stayed there for about 4 or 5 months, and that's when I taught myself, you know what I mean, how to paint.
Yep.
Because I only drew up until that point, and that shelter gave us like refuge. It gave us rest. It gave me therapy, and I was able to really work out. We had like these group meetings every week, and we would cook for each other.
Yeah, we celebrated Thanksgiving there. We were in the shelter for a few months.
Yeah.
We celebrated Thanksgiving there, Christmas.
Yeah, and I would paint with the kids in the shelter, and like we would have art projects. It was actually, you know, a beautiful time. Ironically, it was our Genesis here, and let me put on my mask here.
Sorry, y'all, if the camera's shaky. We left our stabilizer home, so if it's all over the place, I'm sorry.
But yeah, this is our favorite art stuff. What you gotta get?
It's hairness. Oh, but
I'm gonna have to charcoal, but you need to get a basket?
no, I don't need a basket. But yeah, like we were saying, you know, yeah, even though we were in a homeless shelter at the time, it was a beautiful experience, beautiful people. We watched Empire there. It was a lot of like women of color, so you know, a lot of women that had children, but the children, we all got along. They loved hanging around us, we loved hanging around them, and it was just a beautiful time for those few months. Like she said, I think it's the first time that we actually felt relief, like, okay, we're finally somewhere. And you know, we stayed there. We were still creating. I choreographed this dance for all the kids to perform for the holidays for the homeless people. And I have some footage of that too.
So I choreographed this piece, and the children of the Genesis House are here to present to you our
just trying to be creative and find light in a tough time, pretty much.
But we still was like, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta get my own stuff, my own place. And then finally, we were finally blessed with our first apartment here.
Yeah, they gave us that call. It was brand new. I mean, we were so grateful. We were so thankful. It was small as hell, but
oh my God, and in Gang Central.
But one thing about LA, they will put up a random apartment in the middle of anywhere. But we were grateful for that place. It was brand new. It was hardwood floors. We have some footage of when we actually was in the house when we first started our YouTube channel. Well, we'll continue this when we leave outside. Right, yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, even though, we were in the homeless shelter, during that time, I choreographed this performance piece with the kids. I think we actually have footage of that, and we performed it for the Thanksgiving big dinner that the rich guy who actually bought the house and made it a shelter for women and children. Right. So, I think it's just important that, even in lieu of like going through tough times and struggling, to always try to find joy and try to do things that bring you happiness, bring you peace, because you don't know what kind of light you can be to someone.
It's true. And for me personally, of course, when you're going through it, it's hard to see the reasoning, but looking back and reflecting and the gratitude of where I was, and I really discovered the main reason why I feel like we were there was, in my opinion, to live with people who just down on their luck, people who just going through addiction, and people who are going through homelessness because they lost their job or just got misplaced and displaced in life. And as a preacher's kid, we would always, growing up, give back to the homeless or houseless. How do you say it? It's a new term for it. Y'all help me out. I can't remember at the moment. But to live that experience with these people and to have experienced it, them accepting us, it really showed me my purpose and our purpose, and that's to give back to people who need it. And I know, that might be, giving back to people that are sleeping on the streets, or giving free information and knowledge out to the world or anyone who watches us. That's our heart, that's our goal. And I feel like no matter how much money we make or how far we get in life, that giving is our true purpose. And absolutely, I'm excited to be in a place where we have the support to be able to give back how people gave to us. And those people hold a special place in my heart, and they always will. All the kids that was there, all the staff that was there, and even the owner. So
yeah, for sure. And then when we like I was saying, when we first got into our first apartment, even though it was, like I was saying, in LA, she was saying it was in gangland, and in the random place how LA likes to put up these apartments.
But it was a brand new apartment that no one ever lived in. We were the first there.
Yep, they came furnished, so it came with a couch, came with beds.
Yeah, it was like Section 8. It was like a 5 to 6 year waiting list.
Yeah.
And you know, because of, I don't know, it has to be the universe. We got boosted up on the list, and we just got a call one day.
Sorry, y'all, it's so loud.
We just got a call one day, and it was like, we found an apartment for you. Ironically enough, as soon as I moved into that apartment, I turned that entire apartment living room into my studio.
Yeah, and believe it or not, in that apartment is where we started our first YouTube channel, Her Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
So we were actually currently living in that apartment when we started that channel.
Yeah, and me and you sitting there watching me paint, and those days that went by, and the first painting sold, then the second painting sold, and the third painting sold. And you know, from one painting, you know, you just never know what kind of blessing you are to people.
That's true, you do. And you just have to keep following that momentum, keep following what drives you, what motivates you. Yeah,
I mean, I couldn't sleep at night. I had so many ideas that were just waiting to bubble up out of me. I fell in love with color. I fell in love with painting, and for me, it brought me not only out of my financial hardship, but out of my depression, out of my loneliness, out of my anxiety, out of my anger that I was feeling and that I was going through.
Yeah, because you know, it was a space. You were in your own space, able to breathe, able to be how you want to be. Because you know, even though you're always grateful for people who lend a hand out and give you a place to stay, you still kind of always feel like you're crowding someone's space, and you can't fully
be yourself.
I couldn't be creative. That's not yours. Yeah.
And when I did start to be creative in those spaces that weren't welcoming of it, it felt like a restriction. It felt like
something was holding you back, or like not.
Yeah. So I just took off. When I finally got my space, I just took off. And then baby started seeing what I was doing and learning.
Then I started painting, and then, you know, Huffington Post happened, and then before you know it, I taught myself about credit. I saved up our credit, so you know, we was able to get an art studio that was in the Fairfax district area to start off our first place. And you know,
it was a cute small studio, but like I said,
expansion,
one painting after another. My early collectors, you will never know how grateful I am for you guys, because it's just important to support emerging artists. And thank y'all for believing in me, because even though we're not where we want to be yet, we're where we're supposed to be. And I'm so grateful for the growth and expansion and the support.
Definitely.
It's just,
you know, that's what I'm saying. We just
amazing.
Appreciate the support all around, from the beginning collectors even to the collectors now, where you purchase a print, a painting, a canvas, a poster, coloring book. We just really appreciate you, because of the support of all of you, we're able to continue to expand, and we have been able to expand in the past, and those steps and that support got us where we are now, and the support now is going to continue to help us grow and expand, to do more for the community and do more for our community. And did I just say that?
You did twice.
Oh, bad. But you know,
it's a blessing, and we kind of making this video because I can feel it in the air. I know there's a lot of people that's going through stuff right now. It's a hard time for a lot of people, or a tough time where you might feel lost right now. You don't know where your life is headed or going or at.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's what happens when you are in a new place sometimes. Sometimes when you're in a new place, you will feel lost. But the secret is to always go within. Find what's inside of you that ignites you. We're all blessed with that. You know, it might not be art. It might be singing. It might be service. It might be it might be dance. It might be something. Even if you don't even know how to monetize it as of yet, romanticize it in your heart. Learn about it every free chance you get. Don't, balance the Netflix with some free YouTube videos on how you can accomplish what you want to, bring into this reality and your reality, and change it and transmute it. And I think the power within that is that we were able to discover we are alchemists. You can have the life that you desire and the life that you want. You have to will it into existence. And once you've made it up in your mind that this is what my purpose is, this is what I'm going to do, this is how it's going to go, all you got is time. It's all you got.
Yeah, and don't be so caught up in like, oh, it's Christmas and gift giving. Like, scratch all that. The best gift that you could give to yourself and give to others is the experience or, support of them doing something that's going to continue to help them grow as a business, or something that they might want to learn that they haven't been able to. Like, I even still think you have the letters that you wrote me around Christmas time in the shelter because you didn't have the funds to like buy me anything.
I was so sad because I couldn't get you them for Christmas. Like, I was so sad, but
yeah,
we've upgraded. Let me see. I'm starting to upgrade. Let me see.
Oh,
Yep. And this year we was able to have a honeymoon. We did a week in Cabo and then a week in Tulum.
Yeah.
Well,
Cancun.
4 days in Cancun and then 3 days Tulum.
Yeah.
So, so you might not.
Out of 10 years since we've been together, that was our first time we actually like had a honeymoon and celebrated.
Facts.
Yeah.
We all motherfucking masks.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you want to see that.
Want me to take a picture of you guys?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask a favor?
Mm-hmm.
My phone is not letting me take pictures. Is there any way you could take a picture so I can show my therapist that I'm walking without my cane now?
Oh, with your phone I will.
No, my phone can't take pictures is what
Oh no, I don't. I wouldn't be able to send it without you having my phone number, and I don't get my phone number out.
Oh, okay, no problem. I respect that.
And I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not
It's
sorry.
some weird stuff.
No, I understand. I can wait till I get upstairs.
Sorry about that.
Please do not use that word sorry.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm sorry.
True. True. You have it. Come on in. Come on in. But congratulations on not using a cane.
Yes, I'm a stroke survivor.
Oh, so is my father.
I was paralyzed and couldn't walk. 5, please. I couldn't walk or talk.
Congratulations. Look at you.
CBD oil. Get yourself.
Listen. Exactly.
I work with the Wu-Tang Clan.
Shut up.
Yes, that's why I'll give you my number, and if you want to talk.
Do you have an Apple iPhone?
Yes.
Can I airdrop it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Why can't you? Let me see your phone. Can I see
It's right there, baby. Can you grab it?
Yeah, you never know who you're going to meet. We have met so many amazing people in this studio. Kanye West has his church service literally in the parking lot downstairs.
Yep.
We've seen Jaden Smith. Like, you just never know who's going to be here.
So true.
Really amazing creative space.
Mm-hmm.
Don't show me.
Come on. Okay, we're going into the studio. She didn't touch off.
No, my bad. You got a dope older lady on the studio. I mean, in the elevator.
This is our studio. It's a little messy, but it's okay. Should you do something like that?
She look like me? Back up. Yeah.
I look like it. Hold it.
But yeah, that's kind of our little homelessness to here story. If you guys have any questions that you want us to answer, we can put them in the comments below. Make sure you like. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
We will be doing a part 2.
Yes, we'll do a part 2 and talk about the actual business side of it and the actual journey into how we got here. And thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for part 2.